why Blake Lively is suing Justin Baldoni and about 9 others from the It Ends With Us movie for claims like harassment, retaliation. Let's get into it. My name is Paige Sparks. I'm an employment lawyer. I sue on behalf of individuals for these type of claims all of the time, and I read the 80-page lawsuit, so you don't have to. It Ends With Us is the adaptation of a book written by Colleen Hoover. It was released last summer in theaters, and there was a lot of drama surrounding the release between the two main actors, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. It now appears like a lot of that drama was fabricated by Justin Baldoni's PR team, according to Blake. When the movie was released, there were a ton of rumors surrounding disputes that happened on set, that there was a feud between the two actors. They refused to appear together to promote the film, and there was a ton of public backlash against Blake for how she was responding to questions about domestic violence and would kind of joke or make light of it. And she also was accused of using the opportunity while talking about these sensitive topics to self-promote and push her new hair care line. There were also videos of Blake's old interviews released showing her being a mean girl to the interviewer, and there was just all-time bad time for Blake. Blake's lawsuit includes claims against Baldoni and the studio for claims like sexual harassment, retaliation, failure to investigate, aiding and abetting harassment and retaliation, breach of contract, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, false light, and interference with the prospective economic advantage. In the lawsuit, Blake specifically alleges that she was subjected to a lot of unwanted sexual harassment by Baldoni and the CEO of his production company. Blake complained that Justin was improvising sexual content, was kissing her when it wasn't in the script, touching her when it wasn't in the script. She said that men were walking in her partially dressed in her dressing room, including Baldoni, who one time wouldn't look away when she was having makeup removed while she was mostly nude. She also says they kind of talk to her about their sexcapades and their porn addictions and show her pictures of naked women. Blake hired lawyers to make a complaint for this, and after the writer's strike during the middle of production when filming resumed, there was an all-hands-on-deck meeting where Blake's lawyers presented about 30 rules and requirements she was going to require in order to come back to film, and these were called the protections for return to production. Craziest part of the lawsuit, which is supported by text messages and emails from Justin's PR team, Blake accuses the PR team of doing a multi-level social media manipulation strategy to smear Blake and her business as part of the release of the movie, and for Justin to come out squeaky clean and shiny on top. Justin's PR team delivered a proposal ranging from $175,000 or have a $25,000 a month payment to do tactics like going on Reddit and posting conspiracy theories against Blake, resharing Blake's old interviews, sharing stories of how she's a nightmare to work on set in other films, and to create social fan engagement to go back and forth with negative comments about Blake. Texts that were released include threats to destroy Blake that were kind of veiled. For example, the PR person for the production company asked the PR company that was hired to destroy Blake and bury Blake, and in response they said, "You know we can bury anyone, but I can't write that to him. I will. I'll be very tough." The complaint also alleges that the PR team would then feed pieces of manufactured content to unwitting, lesser-known reporters that would make the content go viral and then be pushed out to bigger news networks to hit the mainstream media. Texts that were released also show Baldoni asking for clips of him to be released that only show him talking about domestic violence and show him in a good light, advocating for victims. He went to go on a particular show to talk about his neurodivergence while this was going on because he said that could explain some of the allegations of Blake against him for being awkward or weird in person. He called the sexual comments impulsive speech because of his neurodivergence. I'm neurodivergent, and that is not how my impulsive thoughts work. For my opinion as a lawyer, I think this looks very bad for Baldoni. He was kind of like the knight in shining armor. I even believe the PR spin that was put on this story because Blake, her history kind of speaks for itself. She's been known as being difficult to work with. She said these out-of-touch things on her own. I think she made it an easy situation for them to just use what she was already doing and saying against her. But the fact that they strategized to destroy her and take her down, I think that can be viewed as retaliation. She can probably show damages to her reputation and to her business because of that plan to destroy her. She's got a lot of claims here, but I'm going to focus exclusively on the retaliation because in my opinion, that's probably the strongest one. Here we can see that Blake engaged in protected activity, maybe through her representatives, probably more than once, complaining about the unwanted sexual harassment. They had a meeting, they were aware of it, they addressed it, they made a plan so that it wouldn't happen going forward. And then one of the people she had accused of harassing her went on a vendetta to destroy her reputation, and it's documented in texts and proposals that were included in the lawsuit. I think the case has legs. I'm not saying who will win or not because we need more information. This is just the beginning, but I think it has legs. I think we'll see it proceed for a while. Let me know what you think about this in the comments.